Hello everyone. Let's talk about communication aids and strategies using tools and technology. So, what is communication aid? A communication aid is anything that helps a person communicate more effectively with people around them. Communication aids can be anything from paper-based system, such as simple letterboards, to sophisticated pieces of computer equipment, such as our gadget, just like what we are doing now. This is one of an example of a communication aid. Communication aids can allow children to express themselves in some situation where a communication chart or a book may be inadequate. For example, on the phone or when we're talking to other children who do not understand symbols.
Let's go to the importance of communication aids. Individuals typically use communication aids to solve communicative challenges in a limited number of situations. Some individuals need to rely more heavily on AAC due to physical disabilities, medical conditions, or other speech and language disabilities that limit how much speech they're able to produce. These individuals may find themselves more frequently in situations where they are not able to use speech effectively, and therefore, it is worth investing in more effective AAC methods. For example, some individuals may use unorganized systems of pictures, symbols, or text, or any communication books, mobile devices, computers, or a dedicated speech-generating device. These strategies may be used along with vocalizations, facial expressions, speech, word approximations, gestures, and sign language. They enable individuals to use these forms of AAC more intelligibly and specifically than they could with speech, gestures, and facial expressions alone. We all communicate in lots of ways, from chatting with friends, to hugging a child, or letting someone know how we feel with a smile. Some people with disabilities, for example, strokes and or head injuries, have difficulty communicating and they may need other ways to get their message across. Communication aids are also referred to as AAC devices. AAC refers to augmentative and alternative communication, which is defined as a huge range of techniques that support or replace spoken communication. This includes gestures, suggestions, symbols, word boards, communication boards, and books, as well as voice output communication.
There are three examples of communication aids. First, we have charts with pictures, symbols, letter, or words. Second is a simple single message, voice output devices. And lastly, the application that runs on tablets and mobile phones. Complex communication devices included a range of access options such as joysticks, switch, and eye gaze. Now let us determine the two types of AAC system: unaided communication and aided communication. Unaided communication is a system that enables communication that relies on the user body to deliver message, vocalization in speech attempts, as well as teacher and body movements that are used to understand by most people, such as facial expression, looking ages, and pointing, and other communication gestures, such as individualized signals, may be understood only by people familiar with that communication. Unaided communication is important because a device or other communication aid may not always be available in every situation in which the child needs to communicate. And the second one is aided communication help us individuals to communicate more effectively with people around them. The high and low tech method are often uses pictures in symbols instead of together with words. Low-tech methods refer to the basic communication aid like printed poster, printed image, pen, and notebooks, and a green board and whiteboard, while high-tech means using digital and electronic devices such as computer, smartphones, and speaker and projectors.
Media, content that uses rudimentary computer displays, such as text-only or traditional forms of printed or hand-produced materials. Multimedia content that uses combination of different content forms, such as text, audio, image, animation, video, and interactive content. Multimedia is a broad term for combining multiple major formats whenever effects, audio, still images, imagination, video, and interactive are combined together. The result is multimedia. There are three tools of technology for presentation. Number 1 is Photon. Number 2 is Adobe Spark or Voice. Number 3 is Hicodec. Number 1 is Photon turns a presentation into animation. Photon is the world-leading, most user-friendly, and most intuitive animation software. With Photon, anyone can create engaging animated videos with a professional look and feel. Number 2 is Adobe Spark Voice. Makes social graphic web story and animated videos. Adobe Spark Video helps anyone create compelling video stories in minutes. Easily add and trim video clips to make your videos stand out on social. Pick from over 1 million beautiful iconic images or add your own photos to highlight what you have to say. The last one is Hicodec. Offers variety of images that are easily accessible and free. Hicodec is the presentation creation website and app that uses images, text, audio, and video to make impactful presentation with a deck of slides.
Types of communication strategies. They have three types of communication strategies. First is verbal communication. What is verbal communication? Verbal communication is the use of spoken words or language to convey a message or information to others. It is an essential form of communication used in daily life, and it can take various forms such as face-to-face conversation, phone calls, video conference, speeches, and presentation. Effective verbal communication requires clear speaking, active listening, and appropriate response from both parties involved. It is a crucial skill in today's digital age and considered valuable in personal and professional contexts.
Non-verbal communication strategies are ways of conveying meaning and messages without using words. These strategies include eye contact, facial expressions, gestures, posture, tone of voice, touch, personal space, appearance, and silence. By using these strategies, you can communicate more effectively, build rapport with others, and strengthen your relationships. An example of non-verbal communication strategies was when you are going to have a conversation face-to-face to a deaf-mute person. Since they can talk, you communicate them through a sign language. The next one is a visual communication strategy. It is a plan to use visual elements to effectively convey a message to a target audience. To develop this strategy, you should define your objectives, identify your target audience, choose appropriate visuals, use storytelling, keep it simple, and test and refine your approach. A successful visual communication strategy requires planning, creativity, and continuous improvement. The common example of visual communication in a classroom was a PowerPoint visualization.